If you could have dinner tonight with anyone deceased or living in the world, whom would it be? Who would it be?
Who would it be is correct. It would be with my parents.
Whom would it be? Whom is
No,
that?
no, object. The subject, who would it be? You're asking me a subject. So it would be who? I would be with my parents, my mom, who passed away early and never really had a chance to see us. I would want her to see us in our later years, similar to my father and my dad. It was early for her, 56. It was late for him, 89.
What was her name?
Eleni.
Eleni. What is one of your earliest memories of your mom?
One of my earliest, not an early memory, but it's a vivid memory. It's asking me to come over and look at her stomach, and she pulled up her nightgown and there were tumors. She was trying to tell me that she was moving on and this was the cause of it. And I can identify with the time because Pam was something like 4 or 5, and she asked that Pam come over and stand, but not too close, so that she could lean over and kiss her on her hair, and that wouldn't pass on anything. That's what I remember about my mother. Pretty face.
She didn't tell you she had cancer? She just pulled up
her
dress?
No, she did. She wanted to show me.
Why?
As if this is why I'm going.
What did you take from that?
Pain.
What, that you just suffer with it? Or like what? I mean...
Like any young kid. I wasn't young, but I was certainly in my formative years. Not married. Yes, I was married. That was my daughter. So I felt pain for this young woman with a pretty face and a stomach with visible tumors.
And then how many years later did you... Who's Judy?
Did I what?
Who is Judy?
Judy was my sister, who was 51. We can't recall, but what I remember about my mother is that I can time it because there were significant things in my life that happened at the time of her death. That's when I took a job as a school teacher. That's when my mother died in '63, shortly after that. And my kids carried on. Parents put on a show, an evening show for parents. And shortly after that, my sister, who was in her 50s as well, also died.
Where were her tumors?
Adenocarcinoma in her throat. And she was an angry woman because her dentist hadn't spotted them first.
Where do you think that anger got her?
You know, despite her anger, despite her illness, she was open, and people called, patients of hers, because she was in nursing and psychotherapy. Her patients forgot that she had cancer, and they called her. And when I looked out of that funeral cortege window, I was third probably, or second, I can't remember. It went all the way around Harvard Square, it seemed, in the Charles River. I was so proud of her.
I remember that funeral. I remember that. That was the first time I think I saw you cry.
She used to say, Jim, I say to myself after going to Dallas, Texas and taking a course, out with the bad cells, in with the good. Out with the black ones, in with the white ones.
That didn't work.
Talk about perseverance.
So, your mother died of cancer shortly after your younger sister.
No, my sister died after my mother.
Your mother died, your sister died, right, first your mother died.
Then my sister.
And then your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Your wife got cancer? Mom got cancer? Your mom had cancer?
I can't say that she had a spot of it. Like many people, she had a spot in her back of her calf, and it was melanoma, and the surgeon removed it.
I remember that scar.
Yeah, he said, this is a picture of my wife, and she wears a big black hat around our pool. This is what you should do. Protect yourself.
So your mother, your sister, your wife. When the doctor called you and we got results for me back and showed tumors on my spinal cord, what did you think? What's the feeling?
I can't say that it was cumulative, it was separate. It was agony to know that you, our youngest, not our youngest, but it just was agonizing to see. And I thought there was a cure. And I remember what the surgeon said, one at Mass General, perhaps this is the heralding of MS. And then
what did you feel when we've got that MRI back? What is the first thing you thought of when you got that MRI back and it showed tumors?
Sick to my stomach.
Just sick.
Yeah, like I could throw up.
Right. And then what did we do next?
I was determined to lick it and to go to the best, notwithstanding the cost, the best hospitals in the country, if not the world. And we did that. We went, there are 12 outstanding hospitals in the world. 5 of them are in the United States. They happen to be Sloan Kettering in New York City, New York Cornell, pretty close to it across the avenue. Mayo, 3. Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. And you contradicted me every time we met with a surgeon. You were so angry at me and your illness. And I took every possible note I could.
Why do you think I was contradicting you?
Because you were angry with your illness and you took it out on me, displacement.
Why would you then get angry?
Why would I get angry?
If you knew why I was getting angry, why did you get angry?
Because I wasn't so smart as you. I tried to talk you down in front of it. I tried to overspeak because I had all the notes and I wanted you cured. I didn't care what the cost was. Get mad at me, fine.
So that was years. We traveled around a lot.
You were 19 years old. I usually figure out by subtracting, taking 19 years off my age. So if I take 20 off 84, 64, take one more. And you were 19, you woke up and you said, I can't feel my leg in the shower. I got burned. And shortly after that, one leg started to atrophy and the other was paralyzed. And you were losing control of your bowel.
What else?
And it was tough. And
tough.
I remember getting angry at Jerome Posner, the luminary at Sloan Kettering. I said, can't you guys get together in a joint meeting and find out the best minds in medicine in this country? I don't know what the hell he has, is what he said to me. However, the doctor at New York Cornell said, with the delicacy of Mass General surgeon, they can do a biopsy of the spinal cord. However, he could be rendered a quadriplegic. And I said, not on my call. I will never urge him.
I decided not to do that.
To this day, I regret that you're undiagnosed, and we never pushed you on, certainly not me.
That was a lot. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of stress. Did you ever think that did you ever worry about that, thinking I would die?
Thinking you would die? Absolutely. That I would outlive you?
I felt like that. Was it ever a burden?
Yeah. If you love your children, and can't say they're a burden. Case in point, right up to this very moment, pride and joy.